Good morning. This is Father Stephen Kelly from St. John's Church in Detroit. And we are continuing our series of daily morning meditations where we generally look at one or another lessons that are assigned for morning or evening prayer, what is known as the Daily Office Lectionary. And today is Wednesday, and I want to jump back into that book of Joshua, the sixth book of the Bible, where we hear about the people have passed into the Promised Land. They're about to pass over the River Jordan. And actually today's lesson, it's right after they've passed through the River Jordan into the Promised Land. We're on chapter number 4, the book of Joshua, beginning at the first verse. And it came to pass when all the people were clean passed over Jordan, that the Lord spake unto Joshua, saying, Take you 12 men out of the people, every one tribe of man, and command ye them, saying, Take you hence out of the midst of the Jordan, out of the place where the priest's feet stood firm, 12 stones, and ye shall carry them over with you, and leave them in the lodging place where ye shall lodge this night. Then Joshua called the 12 men, whom he had prepared of the children of Israel out of every tribe of man. And Joshua said unto them, Pass over before the ark of the Lord your God in the midst of Jordan, and take you up every man of you a stone upon his shoulder, according unto the number of tribes of the children of Israel. That this may be a sign among you, that when your children ask their fathers in the time to come, saying, What mean ye by these stones? Then ye shall answer them, that the waters of Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. And when it passed over Jordan, the waters of Jordan were cut off. And these stones shall be a memorial unto the children of Israel forever. And the children of Israel did so, as Joshua commanded, and took up the 12 stones out of the midst of Jordan, as the Lord spake unto Joshua, according to the number of tribes of the children of Israel, and carried them over with them unto the place where they lodged, and laid them down there. Okay, so now we remember what happened 40 years earlier, right? When they were escaping from their bondage in Egypt, and Moses led them. What did they do? They passed through the Red Sea on dry ground, right? Moses opened up the sea. God opened the sea at Moses' command, and the waters of the Red Sea spread. The people passed through as if on dry land, and then when they got to the other side and the Egyptians began to pursue them through the water, then the water came crashing down. Now, here we are 40 years later, and they're about to actually enter into the Promised Land, now under the leadership of Joshua. And what happens once again? The Ark of the Covenant, which now exists, is used, and the Ark is that symbol of God's presence for the people of Israel. So it is by the power of God that once again the waters of the Jordan are stopped, and they are able to pass over the Jordan as on dry land. Now, interesting is that they've had this remembrance now of their being past the angel of death passing over them in Egypt so that they could be freed from bondage, right? All the firstborn of Israel or of Egypt were killed, but the angel of death passed over them. And so they have this yearly remembrance meal, even to this day, of that great event of the Passover, right? But here is another way in which they are called to remembrance God's gracious mercy, and that is they pick up the 12 stones, they put them together on the other side of the Jordan, so that when the children of Israel and future generations say, what does this mean? They can remind them that this is what God continued to do, to be gracious to them, to give them deliverance, and to be faithful to his promises to bring them to the Promised Land. Those 12 stones become a marker. I believe the Hebrew word is an Ebenezer, the idea of something that marks a place of God's special action. And so we need tangible things. We're human beings. We need tangible see and touch things that help us to remind us of God's gracious mercy. And the church itself is one of those tangible things, the physical building. So today is Wednesday, and so we are getting ready. Of course, I'm still away on holiday, goodness gracious. So there's no morning worship, no evening worship here at St. John's, no public worship, I should say, but praying morning and evening prayer while I'm away on holiday, and I hope that you're saying your prayers for this parish as well. And may you have a wonderful Wednesday full of blessings.